Okay, so let us start here. So today we will be covering some numericals on hardness. Okay, so the formula you can see here. I hope the PDF file is visible to you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so as you can see here, the formula for total hardness, it is Ca2 plus, means the concentration of calcium ion in the water solution in mg per liter into 50 by 20. So 50 is the equivalent weight of calcium carbonate and 20 is the equivalent weight of calcium. Okay, so 50 by 20 plus mg2 plus ion concentration into 50 by 12. So 50 is for calcium carbonate and 12 is for magnesium. Okay, so I think one student wants to join here. Puneet, fine. So this is the formula. Now most of the cases hardness is contributed by either calcium ion or magnesium ions, means cations. But sometimes aluminum is also considered, but it is contribution is very less. But still, if aluminum is there, then you have to consider aluminum also. So the first term is same, second term is also same, but one extra term will come here, Al3 plus ion concentration into 50 by 9. So aluminum is a trivalent cation, so that is why 27 by 3 is 9. Okay, so this is the formula for finding the total hardness. Now come here, alkalinity, how we can find out in terms of CaCO3. It is the concentration of CaCO3, concentration of calcium carbonate ion in mg per liter into 50 by 30. So 50 is the equivalent weight of calcium carbonate and 30 is the equivalent weight of carbonate ions. Actually it is total weight is a molecular weight is 60, so it is divalent, so it is 60 by 2, so it is 30, and here it is bicarbonate into 50 by 61. So CO3 minus is 60 plus 1 hydrogen, so it is 61, and when hydroxyl ion we consider, so OH minus ion into 50 by 17. So oxygen is 16 plus 1, it is 17. Okay, so this is the thing. Now one important note is here that carbonate hardness is equal to alkalinity or total hardness, whichever is less. Okay, so by the above two formula we can find what is the total hardness or alkalinity. Then out of these two, whichever will be less, that is your carbonate hardness. So fine, if it is so, then non-carbonate hardness will be total hardness minus carbonate hardness. So it's very simple. Okay, now we will try to understand some numericals here. See, this is one numerical. So the cations available in a water solution is given here. You can see here sodium ion, magnesium ion, calcium ion and potassium ion. These are the cations available in the solution. And on the right hand side here you can see the concentration is given in mg per liter. Okay, so here it is sodium is 40 mg per liter, magnesium ion is 10, calcium ion is 55 and potassium is 2 mg per liter. You have to determine hardness of water sample in mg per liter as CaCO3. It is very simple. We know that hardness is coming mainly for calcium and magnesium and sometimes due to aluminum. So here calcium and magnesium is there, but in addition to that sodium and potassium also there. But of course sodium and potassium will not consider. So very simple formula you can see here. Total hardness means TH is equal to, see TH actually it is not the uniform or universal abbreviation of total hardness. For simplification I have written it, okay, but it is not the well accepted abbreviation. So total hardness is Mg2 plus into 50 by 12 plus Ca2 plus concentration into 50 by 20. So here Mg2 plus concentration is given as 10 and Ca2 plus concentration is given as 55, as you can see here. So 10 into 50 by 12 plus 55 into 50 by 20. Okay, so very simple calculation. So we have got total hardness is equal to 179.16 mg per liter of SCaCO3. Okay, so hopefully it is very clear to you. Simple thing. Come to the next one. Here same in one water solution, calcium ion concentration is given as 160 mg per liter and magnesium ion concentration is given as 40 mg per liter. So you have to determine what is the total hardness. So again same thing, calcium ion concentration into 50 by 20 plus magnesium ion concentration into 50 by 12. So very simple thing, 566.67 mg per liter of total hardness as CaCO3. So when you calculate this, please write unit also. Here I have not written. You have to mention that 566.67 mg per liter of total hardness as CaCO3. So that you need to mention. See this one. This question once came in GATE, so that is why I have included here. At the left hand side, you can see sodium ion, magnesium ion, calcium ion, aluminum ion, bicarbonate, and chloride. Okay, so 2 anions and 4 cations concentration is given in the right hand side in mg per liter. So sodium, magnesium is 30, calcium is 40 because sodium is not required for total hardness. Aluminum is given here. So of course, as aluminum data is given here, so you have to consider aluminum also. And then bicarbonate concentration is given 190 mg per liter, and chloride ion concentration is also given here. But chloride ion concentration actually it is not required for determining the hardness. And pH of water is given as 7. Okay, you have to determine total hardness and non-carbonate hardness. So these two things you have to determine: total hardness and non-carbonate hardness. Okay, so this is slightly different. So let us see. See, pH is given to you. So if pH is 7, so definitely pOH is equal to 7 because 14 minus 7 is 7. So from this we can find what is the concentration of OH minus ion concentration. So this is your 10 to the power minus 7 moles per liter. So OH minus ion concentration is given. Now yesterday we have seen if the concentration is given in moles per liter, then how to convert it in mg per liter. So yesterday we have discussed this. So similarly, so this mole per liter into 17. See, it has been multiplied with 17. So 17 is the equivalent weight of OH minus ion. O is 16, and oxygen is 16, hydrogen is 1. So that is 17 gram. Okay. So 17 gram into 10 to the power minus 7, that is the moles per liter. Now 17 is in gram, so that is why 10 to the power 3 has been multiplied here. I think you can see the mouse here. I am just moving the mouse. So 17 into 10 to the power minus 7 into 10 to the power 3. So it has been converted to mg per liter. Okay. So moles per liter has been converted to mg per liter, because when you find the total hardness for alkalinity, the formula is applicable when the concentration of the cations and ions are in mg per liter. So that is why we have converted this moles per liter into mg per liter. So hopefully this is clear to you. Now total hardness is equal to calcium ion concentration into 50 by 20 plus Mg2 plus concentration into 50 by 12 plus Al3 plus ion concentration into 50 by 9. So this is fine, 40 into 50 by 20 plus 30 into 50 by 12 plus 3 into 50 by 9. So ultimately total hardness has come to 241.67 mg per liter as CaCO3. Now alkalinity we will find. So see, alkalinity formula we know that carbonate ion concentration into 50 by 30 plus bicarbonate ion concentration into 50 by 61 plus OH minus ion or hydroxyl ion concentration into 50 by 17. This is the formula. Now see here, we do not have carbonate ion concentration here. Okay, so as it is not mentioned, we will assume that there is no carbonate ion. So only there is HCO3, bicarbonate ion, and from here we have determined what is the OH minus ion concentration. So of course your first term will be 0, second and third term will be there. So that is why the first term is 0, carbonate part, but bicarbonate concentration is given to you, so that is your 190. Okay, so 190 into 50 by 61 plus the OH minus ion concentration in mg per liter just now we have calculated. So 17 into 10 to the power minus 7 into 10 to the power 3. Okay, this is 10 to the power 3 into 50 by 17. So this is your 155.74 mg per liter as CaCO3. Now we know that carbonate hardness is minimum of total hardness and alkalinity. So that is why Here total hardness we have got 241.67 and alkalinity we have got 155.74. So definitely this is lesser. So this is your carbonate hardness. So alkalinity is equal to carbonate hardness in this case. So this is your carbonate hardness. So once you got the carbonate hardness, so it is very easy to find the NCH, means non-carbonate hardness, because it is the difference of total hardness and carbonate hardness. So definitely it is 241.67 minus 155.73 is equal to 85.94 mg/liter. So I hope it is clear to you. If it is not clear to anyone, so you can ask me. Okay, so I think it is clear to everyone because no question. Another one, similar type of numerical. If anyone wants to do an Hammond T. Okay, so this is another numerical you can see here. The composition of cations and anions given and their corresponding concentrations are also given. So calcium ion concentration is given 40 mg/liter, sodium ion 70, magnesium ion 15, iron is given, chloride is given, bicarbonate and sulfur. So of course all are not required, we require only calcium, magnesium and bicarbonate, and others are not required, and pH given to you. So from the pH you can find the OH- ion concentration. So you have to find out the total hardness, alkalinity, carbonate hardness and non-carbonate hardness. So these are the four things you have to determine based on the above data. So let us see the solution here. So pH 12 is given. So pOH is 14 minus 12. We know that pH plus pOH is equal to 14. So pOH is 14 minus 12, it is 2. So from this, see pOH is equal to negative logarithm of OH minus ion concentration to the base 10. So this is 2 and right hand side is this. So from this we have got that OH minus ion concentration is 10 to the power minus 2 moles per liter. Now this moles per liter, now we have to convert in mg per liter, because in the hardness formula all the ions concentration should be in mg per liter. Okay. So OH minus ion, let us see, it is X is equal to 17 is the equivalent weight into 10 to the power minus 2, it is the moles per liter, and it has been multiplied with 10 to the power 3 in order to convert 17 gram into milligram. Okay, so it is 17 into 10 to the power minus 2 into 10 to the power 3 mg per liter. So this way we have converted the OH minus ion concentration from moles per liter to mg per liter. Now the next step is this, total hardness. So it is calcium ion concentration into 50 by 20 plus magnesium ion concentration into 50 by 12. So it is given 40 and it is given 15. So simply place in the formula and you are getting is 162.5 mg per liter. Okay. Next we will find out the alkalinity. Alkalinity is, see, carbonate ion concentration is not given, so we will assume that this is 0. So only two terms will come. One is bicarbonate, one is hydroxyl ion. So bicarbonate ion concentration, that is 55 is given, so 50 by 61 plus OH minus ion concentration, just now we have seen the calculation. So it is 17 into 10 to the power minus 2 into 10 to the power 3. So actually it is 10 to the power 3 into 50 by 17. Okay, so it has come to 545.08 mg per liter. Now see here, total hardness is 162.5 and alkalinity we have got 545.02. So from these two we can find out what is the carbonate hardness, because carbonate hardness is minimum of total hardness and alkalinity, that you know. So that is why 162 is smaller value. So this is your carbonate hardness, 162.5 mg per liter. So once you got the carbonate hardness, definitely non-carbonate hardness will be the difference between the total hardness and carbonate hardness. So total hardness is this and carbonate hardness is also same. So non-carbonate hardness is 0. So this is a special case. here non-carbonate hardness becomes 0. So based on this, see the one note has been mentioned here. This is important. Carbonate hardness will always be equal to total hardness, generally in case of highly alkaline water. So if the water sample is highly alkaline, when the pH is very high, see in the above case, what was the pH? It was 12. So pH 12 means it is really very highly alkaline. So when the water sample or any liquid sample is highly alkaline, pH more about 11, 12 in that range, then the carbonate hardness will becomes equivalent to total hardness, and in that case the non-carbonate hardness it becomes 0. So sometimes question comes like this: suppose for a sample of pH, for a water sample the pH is 12.5 or 13 something, okay, then what should be the probable NCH value? So this type of small conceptual questions also come. So it is clear that when the water is highly alkaline, means pH above 12 and so, then carbonate hardness and total hardness they becomes almost equal, and then NCH means non-carbonate hardness it becomes 0. So that was one special case. Next is, if total hardness and alkalinity are 300 mg per liter and 100 mg per liter, then what is the carbonate and non-carbonate hardness? So total hardness is given and alkalinity is given. Total hardness is 300 mg per liter and alkalinity is 100 mg per liter. So what is the carbonate and non-carbonate hardness? So total hardness is given this, alkalinity is given this. Okay, so carbonate hardness is minimum of pH and alkalinity. So of course out of 300 and 100 is the smaller value. So CH is 0, 100 mg per liter. So NCH is equal to total hardness minus CH. So 300 minus 200, sorry 300 minus 100, so it is 200. So very simple thing. Okay, next one you see here. Groundwater has pH is equal to 7. One groundwater sample you have, that is pH of 7, and concentration of bicarbonate is given as 120 mg per liter. So calculate the alkalinity in terms of CaCO3. Okay, so same thing just now we have seen. pH is 7, so pOH is also 7, and from that OH minus ion concentration we have calculated as 10 to the power minus 7 moles per liter. So we have converted it to mg per liter by multiplying with 17 and 10 to the power 3. So it is 17 into 10 to the power minus 4 mg per liter. So alkalinity is equal to bicarbonate concentration is 122 into 50 by 61 plus 17 into 10 to the power minus 4. This is the OH minus ion concentration into 50 by 17. So it is 100.005 mg per liter of CH as CaCO3. Okay. Here let us discuss this, then we will come to the Mill equivalent. Another solution, another numerical, pH of tomato juice is 4.1. This is also great question. pH of tomato juice is 4.1. Concentration of H plus ion in moles per liter. Okay, so it is again very simple. Say pH is 4.1, so it is negative logarithm of H plus ion concentration. So ultimately H plus ion in 10 to the power minus 4 moles per liter. Okay, so it has been simplified. Instead of 10 to the power minus 4.1, it has been made 10 to the power minus 5, 7.94 mole. So you can keep it in this position also, 10 to the power minus 4.1 moles per liter. So nothing wrong. This is also fine. You can leave here also at this point. Okay. This is another variant of this hardness numericals. See here the composition of different anions and cations, so chloride, sulfate, carbonate, bicarbonate, calcium, magnesium, and pH is also given, and the concentration is given. Now see, the concentration is given in milli equivalent per liter. Okay, milli equivalent, not in mg per liter. So that is this is the only slight difference. Otherwise everything will be same. So concentration is given here milliequivalent per liter, and this is given. Chloride is 15, sulfate is 15, carbonate is 5 milliequivalent per liter, and bicarbonate is 30, calcium is 12, and magnesium is 18 milliequivalent per liter, pH equivalent. Now when you use milliequivalent concentration, so slight modification will come to the formula, and it is something like this. So let us see here. Sorry. You can see here milliequivalent when you determine. So whatever the calcium, for example I am saying calcium ion, so whatever the calcium ion concentration in mg per liter, if you divide it by 20, that becomes milliequivalent. Okay, so suppose mg per liter concentration is given, so you divide it by the 20, so 20 is the equivalent weight of calcium. So the concentration of calcium ion divided by the equivalent weight of calcium, so that becomes milliequivalent of calcium. And similarly for magnesium, it will be divided by the 12. So from this I think it is very clear, if you want to find the milliequivalent of suppose aluminum ion, so the concentration of aluminum ion in mg per liter, you have to divide it by 9. Similarly for carbonate, it will be divided by 30, and for bicarbonate it will be divided by 61, and for OH minus means hydroxyl ion, it will be divided by 17. So this way you can convert mg per liter to milliequivalent. Okay. So here the concentration is given in terms of milliequivalent per liter. So now come to the solution here. pH is given 8.5, so pOH is 5.5. 14 minus 8.5 is 5.5. So OH minus ion concentration is 10 to the power minus 5.5 moles per liter. So it is 10 to the power minus 5.5 into 17 into 10 to the power 3 mg per liter. So we have converted moles per liter to mg per liter. This is the value. Hello, can you follow me? Please one or two you response.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine.
Yes, sir.
So OH minus ion concentration, this is there. Now we will convert this mg per liter to milliequivalent per liter. So that is why we will divide it by the equivalent weight is 17. Okay. So whatever the concentration is given in mg per liter, that you divide it by the equivalent weight. So 17 and 17 cross. So ultimately it is become 10 to the power minus 2.5 milliequivalent per liter. So if we use milliequivalent values, then total hardness is, see, when you use milliequivalent, so directly this value will come into 50 plus magnesium 2 plus divided by 12 into 50. This is the formula when you use the milliequivalent. Otherwise, if you have confusion, you can convert the milliequivalent in mg per liter. That also you can do. So you can do it either way. So here the calcium ion in milliequivalent, you will see it is given 12. Let's see here. See, calcium ion in milliequivalent it is 12, and magnesium ion in milliequivalent it is 18. Okay. So that is why here it is 12 into 50 plus 18 into 50. So total hardness becomes 1500 mg per liter as CaCO2. Now for alkalinity, so carbonate ion concentration in milliequivalent, carbonate ion concentration divided by 30. So that is the milliequivalent into 50, and this is milliequivalent of bicarbonate into 50, and this is milliequivalent of OH minus ion into 50. Okay. So this is given as 5. Carbonate, bicarbonate is given 30, and OH we have calculated as 10 to the power minus 2.5. So let us see here what is the value of carbonate, bicarbonate, and OH minus ion. So OH minus ion you can see here 10 to the power minus 2.5. Carbonate is 5 and bicarbonate is 30. Okay. So hopefully it is clear to you. So that is why here it is 5 into 50 plus 30 into 50 plus 10 to the power minus 2.5 into 50. So alkalinity becomes 1750. Now carbonate hardness, we know that it is minimum of TH and alkalinity. So TH was 1500 and alkalinity is 1750. So definitely the smaller value means 1500 mg per liter. This is your carbonate hardness. And NCH is equal to, So 1500 minus 1500, so it is 0. Okay, so again you can see when the solution is highly alkaline, your non-carbonate hardness becomes 0. So because what was the pH here? The pH was 8.5. So although pH was only 8.5, but still the non-carbonate hardness becomes 0 because of this, because of very high concentration of carbonate. Okay, sorry, because of very high concentration of bicarbonate. So that is why this is happening. So it is not like that only pH will play the role of hardness. Here the alkalinity also plays an important role. Okay. So sometimes a question comes from this box plot also. You can see the box plot here. Actually this is to confuse only, nothing is there, you can see here. So this is the top portion or the above portion, this line it represents the all cations, and the bottom portion it represents all anions. Okay, so this is the box plot for available ions in any water sample. Okay, so in the above portion, see, it has been two box, one is Ca2 plus, another is Mg2 plus, and the bottom it is again two box, it is bicarbonate and it is fluoride ions, and it is given in milli equivalent per liter, and here also it is milli equivalent per liter. So that means what? Calcium ion concentration is 3.5 milli equivalent per liter, and Mg2 plus concentration will be 7 minus 3.5. Okay, because it is the cumulative 0, 3.5 and 7. So up to here it is 3.5 calcium, and 3.5 to 7 it is magnesium. So magnesium is 7 minus 3.5, so it is 3.5 and milli equivalent per liter. At the bottom you see here it is 0, it is 5.2 and it is 7. So 5.2 milli equivalent per liter is the bicarbonate concentration, and the remaining 7 minus 5.2 is fluoride ion concentration. But this is not our interest. Our interest is only this in anions. So you have to find out the non-carbonate hardness. So this box plot sometimes it is given, so to confuse only, otherwise same thing. So total hardness is because it is given in milli equivalent, so 3.5 directly will take, because Ca2 plus by 20, this is the milli equivalent value. So 3.5 into 50, sorry, plus 3.5 into 50. So total hardness becomes 350 mg per liter as CaCO3. Alkalinity, it is 5.2. 5.2 is, you see, the bicarbonate concentration, okay, in milli equivalent. So this milli equivalent 5.2 into the 50 will come. So that is your 260 mg per liter. So carbonate hardness is smaller of alkalinity and total hardness. So definitely it is the 260 mg per liter. So non-carbonate hardness will be total hardness minus carbonate hardness. So it is 350 minus 260. So it is 90 mg per liter. Okay. So simple thing. Another one, same box plot. See, at the top it is the cations, at the bottom it is the anions. And normally this is the trend, and it is shown in milli equivalent per liter, and here also it is milli equivalent per liter. So it is 0, 4, then 5, it is 7. So that means what? Calcium ion concentration is 4 milli equivalent per liter. Magnesium is 5 minus 2, so it is only 1 milli equivalent per liter, and sodium is 7 minus 5, it is 2 milli equivalent per liter. But sodium is not our interest. Our interest is only calcium and magnesium. So calcium is 4 milli equivalent per liter and magnesium is 1 milli equivalent per liter. And at the bottom, you can see this is 0, this is center, it is 3.5, and then it is 7. So bicarbonate is 3.5 milli equivalent per liter, and sulfate is 7 minus 3.5. So again it is also 3.5 milli equivalent per liter. So again sulfate is not our interest is only this bicarbonate. So you have to determine what is the carbonate hardness and non-carbonate hardness. So total hardness is equal to 4 into 50 plus 1 into 50. So how this has come? So see, calcium is 4, magnesium is 5 minus 4, 1. So that is why it is 4 into 50 plus 1 into 50. This is for calcium, this is for magnesium. So 200 plus 50, so it is 250. Okay. Similarly for alkalinity, only bicarbonate is there, and it is 3.5. So 3.5 into 50. So it is 175 mg per liter. So So again same thing. Carbonate hardness is the minimum of total hardness and alkalinity, so it is 175. So non-carbonate hardness will be the difference between the total hardness and non-carbonate hardness, so it is again 75 alkalinity. Okay, so this is the end of numerical. So I have tried to discuss all types of numericals whatever I could follow up to this date in engineering service exam or in GATE exam or in a QC exam. So hopefully if you practice all these numericals, so not only for your this exam, means this your course curriculum exam, for any other exams also it will be helpful for you. Okay, okay, so then let's move further. So this is the nitrogen part. Here normally numerical doesn't come, so I have not seen so far. So I will request everyone please go through these notes also, because everything I could not cover in the PPT. So some of the extra things are there in these notes, so you can go through these notes also. Okay. Now we will discuss another one or two numerical from membrane. Multiple tube fermentation technique, MPN number test, that is known as also most probable number. Okay, so before seeing the solution, so let me show you that slides, so that will remind you. Just a minute, which file to open? I think it is here. Please bear with me 1 minute. Can you see the slides?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, this is the test, multiple tube fermentation technique. Okay, fine, thank you. So this is the test I was talking about. Means now we will discuss numerical from this topic, multiple tube fermentation technique. So this is a technique through which we can calculate the pathogenic organisms in any water sample. So mostly that is done by MPN test, most probable number, because it is a probability test. So it is multiple tube fermentation technique. So if you remember, we have talked about this real dilution. So normally here, see, although in this figure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tubes shown, but normally this test is conducted with 5 tubes in a set. Okay, 5 test tube in a set. So you can see here in this tube only 1 ml, here it is 0.1 ml, here it is 0.01 ml, 0.001, 0.0001, and 0.1, 2, 3, 4, 401 ml. Okay. So that is why this way you have to prepare the test tubes. And here you can see up to 1 ml or 0.1 ml you can measure by that is pipette, so fine. But when it comes to very small amount, it is very difficult to measure it accurately. That is why we will go for dilution. So from here we will take 1 ml and we will mix with 100 ml. Okay, so 99 plus 100. So then if you take 1 ml from here, it will give you 0.01 ml. If you take 0.1 ml, it will give you 0.001 ml. Similarly, again you take 1 ml from here, again dilute to 100 ml. So 1 ml from here you will give to 0.0001 ml, and 0.1 ml from this it will give you 0.401 ml. So this way we can do the serial dilution. And after this, presumptive test and confirmatory test that already you have seen, we will see that, and thereafter this will come. Okay, so you can see here most probable number or MPN index per 100 ml water sample for various combination of positive results. So what is positive and what is negative? Because all these 5 tubes we will keep in incubator for presumptive test or confirmatory test. Then we will see that out of 5 how many tubes are producing gas. The tubes which are producing gas, they are positive, and those are not producing gas, they are negative. That we know. Already we have discussed in our previous classes. So you can see here the few combinations 0 0 0, then 0 1 0, 0 0 2. So what are these combinations? These are the combinations of positive tubes. So 0 0 0 means all tubes are negative. So, and what is the dilution? You can see here 10, 1 and 0.1. That means out of 100 ml, if 10 ml is sample in first tube, the second tube 1 ml and third tube is 0.1 ml. So in this combination, if you let's take this 100 is your positive tubes, then your corresponding ambient will be 2 per 100 ml. Means in 100 ml, 2 pathogenic microorganisms may be there. Similarly, if it is 200, it is 5. Now come down here. If it is 2 to 4, it is 19. If it is 4 to 4, it is 44. So as you can see, as the number of positive tubes are increasing, the number of ampions also increasing. And here you see, if 5 to 4 means out of 5, all 5 are positive when it is 10 ml. Out of 1, 2 are positive, out of 0.1, 4 are positive, then it is 150. So these statistical tables are given to you. So we will make use of this table. Okay. Now come back here. So this is the result of, now I have opened the PDF, handwritten PDF. So is it visible to you, handwritten PDF?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Now you see here.
Yes, sir.
Now you see here, out of 5 means that this is the result of this ambient test. Okay. So out of 5 tubes, so this is the dilution. 100 ml means this, there is no dilution. In 100 ml tube, full is your sample, no distilled water. Then it is 10 ml means 10 plus 90. It is 1 ml means 1 plus 99. It is 0.1 means 0.1 plus 99.9. It is 0.01 means 0.01 plus 99.99. Okay, something like this. So this is the dilution, and these are positive, these are negative. So out of 5, 3 is positive, 2 is negative. Here 3 is positive, 2 negative, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So these are the positive combinations. Okay. You have to find out the what is the ambient. So how to do it? So let us say these are important. So please try to understand it. See, whatever the tables given here, the statistical table, you can see here the combination is 10, 1 and 0.1. So this is given only for 10, 1 and 0.1 combination. That means what? This is 10, this is 1, this is 0.1. Okay. So these 3, I think you can see I am moving the mouse here. So these 3 in between. Okay. So this is the combination. It is as per the table. So 10, 1 and 0.1. So if it is so, what is the combination of positive here? See 3, 2 and 4. Is it clear? 10, 1 and 0.1. For this it is 3, 2, 4. Now you come here. So 3 to 4, I think this is at the bottommost one. So 3 to 4 value is 27. Okay. So this value is 27. Now you come here. Okay. So 10 ml, 1 ml and 0.1 ml combination. Okay. So 3 to 4, anyway, maybe these values are not matching either. This is I think this while copying I have done mistake, but procedure I am telling you. So it's 3 to 4. So let us, this value is 48. Okay. So this is one combination we have got, that for 10, 1 and 0.1 combination, what is our ambient value? It is 48, 3 to 4. Okay. And how this 3 to 4 has come? This 3 for 10, 1 for 1, sorry 2 for 1 and 4 for 0.1. So this is your 3 to 4. For this combination, our ambient value is 48. Means 48 numbers of pathogenic microorganisms in 100 ml of water. Now we can take another few combinations like 100, 10 and 1. So if you take 100, 10 and 1, what is the combination here? You see 3, 3, 2. Okay. And for 3, 3, 2, what is the ambient value? It is 500. Now the question is that this 500 is for combination of 10, 1 and 0.1. But we have considered as 100, 10 and 0.1. So basically this is 10 times diluted to our considered dilution. So that is why this 500 will be divided by 10. Okay, so if you take this 100 10 and 1. So then our ambient values will be, see, for 332 when we take 100, 10 and 1, that is ambient is 500, but we have taken 10 times stronger solution as compared to 10, 0.1 and 0.01. So that is why we will divide it by 10. So ultimately we have got how much? It is 50. Similarly, we can take one more combination. See here, we may take like this also, 1, 0.1 and 0.01. This also we can take. So if it is so, what is our positive tube combination? Is 2, 4 and 2. So for 2, 4, 2, our ambient value is 6. Correct? For 2, 4, 2, our ambient value is 6. Now this 2, 4, 2 combination corresponds to 1, 0.1 and 0.01, but the standard table is given for 10, 1 and 0.1. So this is 10 times more diluted. So that is why whatever the values we have got, we have to multiply this with 10. So now come here. So the positive values for 2, 4, 2 and the corresponding dilution is this 1, 0.1 and 0.01. So this is your 6, that is why we will multiply it with 10. So this is your 60. Now we have got 3 different values of ambient for the 3 different combinations. One we have got 50, another we have got 48, another we have got 60. So now you will take the highest of this. So what is the highest value or the maximum value here? 60. So your ambient is 60, means most probable number is 60, because see here we are talking about probability. So that is why higher value we are considering to avoid any kind of risk, because single pathogenic microorganism in water, that is sufficient enough to make you sick. So that is why ambient is taken as 60. So hopefully it is clear to you. So whatever the data will be given, you will try to explore what are the different combinations you can make with this. So from the available data, one combination is made as 100, 10, 1, another is made 10, 1.1, another is 1.1 and 0.01, because we need minimum 3 set. And then using the table we got these values. And if you take standardized this 10, 1 and 0.1, if you take stronger or higher concentrated values, then you have to dilute it. If you take more diluted solution, you have to multiply with the values. Okay, and then you will find all the values and get the maximum of these 3 values. So this way you can find the ambient. So this question also came in several times in IS or GATE. So I have included this. Another one, out of 5 tubes, see 100, 10, 1.1 and 0.0. These are the combinations, and then positive and negative. So it is 0, 5, 1, 4, 3, 2, 3, 2, 1, 5, 0. Okay. So again, see 10, 1.1 means it is 133, and if you consider 100, 10 and 1, it is 013, and if you consider 1.1 and 0.01, so it is 335. Okay. So first one is 013. So you can see here 013. So what is the value of 013? Is 550. So we have to divide this value by 10, because this is 10 times more stronger than the standard dilution is 10, 1 and 0.1. So 013 corresponds to 550. So divided by 10, so it will become 55. And the standard one is 10, 1.1. So this is your 133. And 133 corresponds to 49. So one we got 55, another we got 49. And third one is 1.1 and 0.01. This corresponds to 3, 3 and 5. And 335 corresponds to 4.7. So it will be multiplied by 10. So it becomes 47. So this only here it is done. For 013, 550 divided by 10, so it is 55. For 133 combination, it is directly 49. And for 335 combination, it is 47. So of course, what is the higher value? 55, 49 and 47. So 55 is the highest value. So our ambient value is 55. Okay. So I hope it is clear. So if anyone has any confusion, anything, any doubt, so you can ask. Okay, so with this we are closing this session.